side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing something a little different here.
Hey guys.
We don't have Vicky here running the camera, so Eric and I are just kind of doing it side by side, and we're watching the screen. So any comments or anything, we'll be able to. Well, Eric will be able to see them. I can't see that far. So.
Well, I can barely see that far. Hey, Jason, Bull is here. Can you guys hear us? Dadgummit, I gotta learn how to use this. In Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Hey, Bull.
Bluff.
Hey, Charlie.
I've been in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I don't remember when, but I know I've been there.
Hey, how you doing, Frank? Todd? Steven? Todd? Great to see you guys. So here we are. We're going to attempt to do this again. Sans Vicky, but I think Vicky will probably chime in here. I'm sure. Let me turn my phone. I don't know what's going on with my phone. That was weird.
Yeah, she said she was going to watch.
Yeah. Anyway, happy Friday, everyone. I don't know. I'm not crazy about this angle. Anyway, but I think it's going to have to work. Oh, there's Vic. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Samantha. See, there's Renee is here.
Oh, hi, daughter.
Hi, sis. And let's see.
We got Jesse Coulter with us tonight. This is a picture on my T-shirt. Picture of me and Jesse Coulter. That's Waylon Jennings' widow, in case you didn't know.
Is Jessie still alive?
Oh yeah, Jesse's still alive.
Yeah. She was much younger than Waylon.
Yeah.
Wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, I took this picture, or I had the picture taken
Hey, Greg.
at one of their concerts, and then one of my friends put it on a T-shirt and gave it to me. I don't wear it very often. I've had it for 30 years.
Hi, sis. Yeah, no Vicky tonight. Vicky is, she's up in Fallon, Nevada, visiting with her sisters.
So it's just me and my boy tonight.
Just us. And the dogs are
And
around.
the dogs and the hogs are around here someplace.
Yeah. But we can't switch a camera because it's in the case. So it would be black. But anyway, all right. So we've got a couple great giveaways tonight. Both from Danny Meadows over at Jim Price Auto. So we've got this is a little utility knife and flashlight, and I turn it on, but it's really super bright.
Yeah, it's bright.
And it's also a power bank.
For like charging your phone.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's 3-in-1. So you can charge your phone and see what you're stabbing all at the same time. That's pretty cool. And then, let me see, where's the other one? Oh, there it is right there. So this is another flashlight, magnetic on the back. This is the Slide King 2K. So when you open this up, and let's see, I don't want to blind y'all, but it does, goes red, and it's really cool. It's a very cool little flashlight. That's weird how it doesn't show up red
It
there.
doesn't show bright red.
Yeah,
like
it's bright, super bright red here. That's interesting. All right, so those are the two giveaways. We'll get to the trivia questions a la Dad here in a few minutes. So let's see, we've got some.
I got a couple of decent trivia questions for you. It's gonna take some thinking on them.
Hey, Dave. I'm glad you made it, Donna. Yeah, I mentioned something in the. I'm sorry, I'm reading and scrolling and trying to think at the same time. Doesn't work well for me. But you remember the last time we went live when Vicky was out of town?
No, I don't remember.
You remember how the evening ended?
No.
You don't?
No.
It was pretty exciting.
What happened?
We got spotted.
Oh, that long ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So, in case you guys didn't know, the last time Dad and I went live on a Friday night, Vicky was in California, and we had somebody that was tuning in that was decided he wanted to send the police and SWAT team out, pretended he was me, and anyway, there was a whole.
Yeah, it was really weird. This guy called the police and said he was Eric Roden and told him where we lived and said he just like shot his grandmother and he wasn't sure she was dead. He was going to shoot her again.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we had cops and helicopters and
It was crazy.
and police cars and
Yeah.
had this whole place flooded with cops because they thought there was a homicide going on or it was starting out. But some guy just did that as a as a pastime, I guess. It just
Yeah.
some guys are just crazy.
We never did find out who it was, but I didn't press it too much. I really was, at the time, I was really wanted to find out who that was, but karma will catch up with him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, so.
But it was an interesting experience for us.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I've never had anything like that happen in my life.
Yeah, fortunately, it ended up okay, and the police they were very professional and did a great job. Of course, they were just doing their job, but fortunately, I didn't make any sudden moves, so I didn't get shot that night, which is always a plus. Anyway, hey, Greg. So I got a question here from Wallace, and he says, I was playing around with my new router base edge guide. You guys know we make an edge guide now that attaches to the router bases, and he said it works great. Your video 549 where you showed how to set it up. That works good for wide boards, but maybe you can do 1 or 2 minutes on a video to show how you would set up a guide for a narrow board, like narrow cedar fencing, to come maybe a 1 inch from the edge line. So I'm going to do a little demo, and we're going to see if this is going to work. I'm not sure it is. How's this sound, you guys? Because I've got it in the case in order to hold it up. I don't know what that was, but I can't plug in the microphone, so I'm hoping the sound is okay. Mad Vet Woodworking, getting ready to make my first router sign. Here's some make a cross-cut sled. That's terrific. Excellent. Yeah, you remember that, sis? Yeah, it was pretty crazy. All right, so let me get to this. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. We've got the camera on a Lazy Susan. So I'm gonna do just a little demonstration. Let's say I wanted to cut a straight line off of this edge. Gosh, I don't know if this is gonna work. So what if you go and watch some of my videos, let me grab my router. I've got my cordless router, but I'm just going to take the housing off to make it a little bit easier so I can demonstrate this a little bit better. But what I do, if I want to cut, I'm going to have to stand up, guys.
Go ahead.
If I want to cut this line, what I would do is I would line it up where I wanted to, and then brace my fingers against the edge of this board. Yeah, I had to move it there. And then as I pull that down, my fingers are riding on the edge of that board. Now, another way that you could do it, which I was playing around with, let me set this up, is you could get it where you want it. You could get it where you want it, and then put a block under here. There we go. Now we're cooking. And then you could just clamp it down. And these are just temporary spring clamps, and then that would just follow your edge. I'm doing this kind of vertical, so it really is a little bit easier than it looks, but you could do it that way. Or if these clamps didn't hold well enough, then you could use you know, you could use a little bit better clamp, some of these quick clamps or little C clamps, but that would certainly be a way that you could
You
could
just have
do
to
that.
be sure that you're up far enough above your
Yeah.
your bench, so that your clamps, no matter what size you use, your clamps are not hitting the bench.
Or
So you'd have to elevate the whole thing up.
Or you could put this on the edge of your bench. Let's say
Exactly.
you had your bench, the edge of your bench is here. You could set this so your clamps were hanging over the edge of the bench, and then you could do it that way as well. Or you could, again, block it up, put it on some cookies, or just block it up, vise it, and clamp it down. But that's another way that you could put it, just a little fast, temporary little edge guide if you've got to do something that's close to just with my finger. But if you're not comfortable doing that, you could certainly set something like that up pretty easily. It's not that hard to do. So and you could do it with two-sided tape, you know, that really good extreme two-sided tape. But you know, a couple little clamps, as long as you've got this built up, then you shouldn't have any problem doing it right on the edge of your bench. And I think that would work pretty well. In fact, I'm sure it will, because I was out in the back playing around with it. All right, let's see what we got here. Vicky's directing. Oh, I guess I missed. Can you angle the camera down? I actually have it angled down, babe. I guess maybe I could angle it down a bit more. Oh, or just swing it around.
Want to put bean bag behind it?
I'm not sure that would be. I've got one right here, Dad. Yeah, actually, that's a little better. Yeah, that's better, huh?
Is that better, Vic?
All right, did I do okay, babe? Let's see. Yes, I am. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate that. You go, Vicky, directing remotely. Let's see. Hey, Tessa. Hope you're feeling better. Can you see those on there, Dad?
Yeah, I can see them. I can't read them, but I can see them.
Jason, did you show him that idea before you left, Vicky? No, she didn't. No. Yeah, the shelves are holding up really nice. Those are the shelves that Vicky and I did last year. They're holding up really nice. Thank you, sis. Good. I'm glad that's better. Let's see. Yeah. Andy just got a new DWP 611 from Lowe's. $69. What? Oh my gosh.
They must have a hell of a sale.
Well, he said it was the display. I'm surprised they let go of that. That sounds like the deal I got on my my Big Porter cable. That's a smoking deal, about half off. No wrench, but who cares? Everybody's got wrenches. Let's see. Sorry you had a rough day, Tessa. I hope they get better, darling. All right, Dad, you're up. Do one of your. Hey, Leon.
What do you want me to do, son?
One of your.
The knife, light, and power bank. We'll do that first. We'll give this away.
So let me get. So here's the deal, guys. The first one I see that answers the question correctly, and this is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be a Google fingers thing. You're going to have to Google it, I'm sure.
So here's the prize, and the trivia question is...
All right, here we go.
Of all the islands on the planet, of all of the islands everywhere in the world, what's the largest island on the planet?
All right, here we go.
Hope you guys are doing your searches.
I'm sure they are. Everybody is quiet. There's no comments right now. Everybody's typing. Oh, Australia, Earth, no. Greenland. Todd Scholes, you got it. Greenland. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The largest island on the planet.
He just barely beat Rob. They came in at the same time, but Todd Scholes, Greenland. That is the answer. Todd Scholes. So which one is Todd getting? The knife?
The knife, the light, and the power source.
Yeah, see, I answered, when Dad asked me earlier, I answered like Australia or Antarctica, but those are considered continents. Those are not considered islands.
No, they're not.
Even though they are an island, it's not considered an island.
Well, they're not islands. They're continents.
Okay, all right.
Just like North America is a continent, although
technically it's surrounded by water. If you go big enough.
But thousands and thousands of miles. But
well, Greenland's no.
Well, Greenland is an island. It's considered to be an island. It's the largest island on the planet.
You got it, Todd. All right. Todd got the knife light.
The knife light and the power source for charging your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
It's battery operated, so.
Yeah, it's chargeable. Yeah. Great job, Todd. Good answers, everybody. Everybody's just a little bit later than Todd. Todd was just a little faster. Good deal. Okay, so we'll do the other. Before we do the other giveaway, let me show you. This, again, the giveaways are both from Danny Meadows. Let me see if this comes through. It's all backwards. Yeah, so there is Danny's, let's see if it would show through better that way. No, probably not. Anyway, hopefully it's not back. Anyway, go to Danny's website for Jim Price Parts, and then click on the store and look for Nebo products. And you'll see he's got hundreds of Nebo products. These things are just so cool. So thank you so much, Danny, for both of these great products and letting us give them away for you. We really appreciate it. So, let's see. Next, tomorrow morning, no video tomorrow morning because we'll be, Rachel and Sophia and I will be working on the workshop. But Sunday morning, there will be a senior moment. Let me see here. You're going to start using military history trivia. Vicki did actually a while back. Remember, she said what was the second most visited grave at Arlington, and you actually guessed it. It was Audie Murphy. So that was kind of a military thing. Charlie Woosher says the answer to the next question is Dave Signs, the #1 place in the world for router supplies.
That's a trivia question. You win.
Good answer, Charlie. No matter what the question is, that's a good answer. That's funny. Good job. All right. Second giveaway. This is going to be a short one tonight, guys.
We're going to give away again already?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Absolutely are. So show them the light.
Show them the light. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, get ready for the next question, guys.
Here's the flashlight.
Yeah.
It shines. You can see it shining.
That is
it's colored and it's magnetic. So it'll stick on the side of your car or on the roof if you want to turn the red flashing lights on.
Yeah.
Stick it on the hood or roof of your car.
Yeah.
So it's really a neat light.
Yeah, and it's rechargeable. So and it comes with a charge cord and lanyard and the whole deal. So anyway, let me get set up here. Yeah, I thought Audie Murphy was the second most visited in Arlington. Vicki asked that question, I think.
Well, it's been about a month ago.
About a month ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that. More thumbs up, guys. If Vicky was here, she'd be telling you more thumbs up. In fact, I'm sure she probably is up there somewhere. Let's see. See if there's any other things in here. I sent Vicky a few military trivia questions, Jeff. Yeah, Vicky will probably get to those. But she, or Dave's hat. Yeah. Hello from El Paso. Thanks for watching. All right, second question. Are you ready?
I don't know that this is military. It might be sort of semi-military. During World War II.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Here's the question. During World War II, the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence were put for safekeeping, just in case. They were put away for safekeeping. I want to know the location that they were located, where they were put for safekeeping during World War II.
Thank you, Charlie. Okay, everybody's checking it out. Everybody's looking. No. Yep, Tracy. Fort Knox, right?
Fort Knox, that's correct.
Tracy, great job. Tracy Detweiler. Hit the like button, not in chat. Yes, that's correct, guys. Fort Knox, that is correct. But Tracy Detweiler was the first one. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh. Yeah, there it is, Tracy.
Good job, Tracy.
Good job, Tracy.
Now, there may have been some military connotations there, I'm not sure, because they wouldn't just give it to somebody to carry on a plane. They probably flew it on Air Force One out of Washington, D.C. I think they keep those in the Library of Congress, but they transferred them just for safekeeping. They transferred them during World War II to Fort Knox just to keep them safe.
Makes sense. Vicky said she knew that one. Well, you're too slow, babe. Otherwise, I'd give you the flashlight. Excellent. So, Tracy, just congratulations. I will ship both of these out tomorrow. Tracy, I hope Lori's doing okay. I hope your wife is doing well. Getting better. Frank says, Dave, what's been your most favorite sign to carve?
Oh, anything with Western letters on it, but probably the sign, my most favorite sign I've ever carved was one that I made for Dolly Parton. And I made it with a whole big mass of flowers. It had Dolly's name on it, and then a big mass of colored flowers around it. And if I had to look back at my favorite sign, that's probably what I'd say was my favorite sign. And then when I gave it to her, I was on her bus with her and I gave it to her. And you probably heard me say this before, but if you haven't, she looked at that sign and got that gorgeous smile. And she said, Dave, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I said, well, Dolly, if that's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, you ain't been looking in any mirrors lately. And she just beamed and she said, you're from the South, ain't you? And I said, well, I'm from Oregon, Southern Oregon maybe. She said, well, you sure talk like you're from the South. So that was probably one of the reasons it was my favorite sign, because I tie that to my memory of sitting with Dolly on her bus.
Thank you, Todd. I'll look forward to seeing what you got there. Looking forward to it. Stephen, after you put your final coat of finish, how long do you wait to mail it off. I like to wait a couple days if I can, Stephen. It doesn't always work out that way, but I like to wait at least a couple days. But then I always wrap it in plastic before I pack it up. But I like to wait a couple days if I can. Sometimes I don't have that choice, but I do. I do like to. Thanks, Todd. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh,
Hummingbird.
yeah. What would cause a board to cup after being stored vertical for 2 weeks with 2 heavy coats of sanding sealer on it the whole time? Premium pine, by the way.
It must have been pretty wet because that's what causes it to cup when the moisture evaporates.
The only thing I can think of if you're storing it vertical, Jeff, is if where it was sitting on the floor, if the end was sitting on the floor, what causes boards to cup or warp is unevenness, when moisture can get to one part of the board but not the other parts of the board. So if you were, grab this board, if you were storing this vertically and this was sealed up, but the moisture could get to the top part of the board, that could allow for it. But you said you've had 2 coats of sanding sealer on it, but I'm hoping that you had the sanding sealer on the ends, because that's where it really makes, that's where you really have to seal it up, is on the ends. On the surface.
On the sides.
Yeah, on the sides. But on the surface is not that much, but the ends, that's where the moisture really attacks. That's where the grain is the most open. So,
if it cupped, I think had a high moisture content before you put the sanding sealer on it.
I don't know. It's hard to say, but if it was premium pine, if it was the select pine, the same stuff I get out here, that stuff's pretty dry. But again, this is Arizona, not where you're at. I think you're down in Louisiana. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of the best I got, Jeff. If you want to shoot me an email, we can go over it some more. But generally speaking, the prevailing thought is gosh, I need to move this around, is if you've got a board, however it's sitting, that moisture can get to one area but not another area, and that will cause one side to start pulling and cupping. That's the only thing that I can really think of. Thank you, sis. Uh-oh. Vicky left a comment that I missed. That's what Tessa is saying. Yes, I did see that, Tessa. I will buy you one, Vic. Actually, Danny probably will sell. I think Danny's sending us some more stuff. 6% moisture according to my meter before I sealed it. Yeah, see, that wouldn't cause it. It's got to have something to do with the
yeah, 6%, that's down pretty low.
Yeah, it's got to have something to do with moisture getting to one part of the board that couldn't get to the other part of the board. If it's even, then it shouldn't have cupped. So, gosh, I don't know, buddy. I don't know. You need to move to Arizona where it's dry. I miss her too. Let's see. Dave, you are so lucky to get to meet Dolly in person. I've been Dollywood several times. Wish I would have met her. She's an amazing lady.
Yeah, she sure is. I remember another time I met her at a hotel in Sacramento. We were sitting in the lobby, and she'd asked me to make a sign for her folks with 11 roses around it. She had 12 brothers and sisters, but one of the babies drowned or died, and so she wanted 11 red roses and 1 white rose. And so I made it for her. I met her there at the hotel, and we were sitting on a couch just talking. She was asking me how I did this and where I went to school and stuff from my background, and just asking questions like a normal person might. And one of her publicity people, came up and says, Dolly, we got the press waiting, and you'll have to come now. And she said, well, they'll just have to wait. I'm talking to Dave. And that was just, made me feel about 10 feet tall. But that's the way she is. She's just a great, normal person. She doesn't put on airs. But she told us, and this guy, his jaw dropped and his eyes got big. She said, now they'll just have to wait. I'm talking to Dave.
So Gary Litchfield says, Dave, what did you do to get to be in a place to meet people like Dolly?
Well, I was fortunate in that I was a member of the Country Music Association. And by being a member, I was able to just pick up the phone and call. Well, Jack McFadden was the main guy. He was a real big time agent. He had Buck Owens and he had Merle Haggard. He was their agent. I could pick up the phone because I had worked for him and done work for him. And I'd tell him who I wanted to see. Somebody who was on the road or whatever. And he would tell me their manager's name because he knew all of them. And he had big offices there in Nashville on 3rd Avenue. And he'd just tell me who they were. And then I'd pick up the phone and get in touch with their office. Then they would get in touch with them on the road. And then wherever I went on the road, somebody was there waiting for me to take me backstage, give me a pass for all areas. I was just, one of the luckiest guys in the world. But it all happened because I was a member of the CMA and because Jack McFadden was a friend of mine.
Yeah, pretty cool stories.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
All right, boys and girls, I think we're going to get out of here, let you guys move on with your evening. I've got a few things to do to get ready for the weekend, so I'm sure you guys do too. So thanks so much for joining us. That is it for tonight. We will, Vicki and I will be live here on Tuesday, if everything goes right, Tuesday evening. And good night, everybody. And again, the next video you'll see will be Dad Senior Moment on Sunday morning, if I get that uploaded in time, which I think I will. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions that I haven't answered and I can do anything for you, be sure and email me directly, eric@makeawoodsign.com. Thanks, guys. We love you. We'll see you.
If you get any questions for me, send them to him, and he'll get them to me.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. We love you. We'll see you later. Bye. I don't know how to end this.